Our journey begins thousands of years ago at the crossroads of cultures. Before the ink of history could trace the outlines of nations and borders, there existed communities that thrived on what is now known as the Philippine archipelago. These were the indigenous peoples, their lives deeply intertwined with the land and sea, their cultures as diverse as the islands they inhabited. From the Ifugao carving terraces into mountains, to the Bajau living in harmony with the sea, these communities exemplified resilience and sustainability, their knowledge passed down through generations. Yet the story of the Philippines is not one of isolation, but of interaction and interconnection. Traders from the vast expanse of Asia, from regions that would later be known as China, India, and the Malay archipelago, found their way to these islands. They brought with them goods such as silk, porcelain, and spices, but they also introduced cultural elements, ideas, and practices that seeped into the fabric of indigenous societies. This was the beginning of a cultural exchange that would continue for centuries, laying the groundwork for a rich tapestry of Philippine culture. Just as these influences were assimilating, a new chapter was about to unfold. In the 16th century, the Spanish arrived. Their arrival marked the start of over 300 years of colonization, a period that would leave an indelible mark on the nation. The Spanish brought with them their language, their religion, and their customs. They built stone churches and fortresses, many of which still stand today as reminders of this era. Yet the Spanish did not merely impose their culture. Instead, a process of syncretism occurred. Catholic saints merged with indigenous deities, Spanish words intermingled with local dialects, and European art forms melded with native craftsmanship. This was not a peaceful process, but one of conflict, resistance, and negotiation. It was a transformative period that redefined the cultural landscape of the Philippines. The outcome of this cultural interplay is what we now recognize as the unique Filipino identity. It's a kaleidoscope of influences, a fusion of indigenous, Asian, and European elements. The Filipino identity is seen in the resilience of indigenous communities, in the Baroque churches of the Spanish era, in the vibrant festivals that blend pagan and Catholic traditions, and in the language that borrows from both East and West. Yet, it's more than just a sum of its parts. The Filipino identity is also characterized by its adaptability, its ability to absorb influences while retaining its core. It's seen in the spirit of bayanihan, a term from the Tagalog language that encapsulates the communal unity and cooperation inherent in Filipino society. It's seen in the resilience of the people who, in the face of natural disasters and social challenges, continue to endure and thrive. This blend of indigenous, Asian, and European elements forged the unique Filipino identity we see today. As we delve deeper into the story of the Philippines, we'll discover how this identity has shaped the nation's history and continues to influence its future. The desire for freedom is a defining thread in the Philippine narrative. This sentiment resonates in every corner of this beautiful archipelago, echoing through the centuries of struggle for independence. From the cobblestone streets of Intramuros to the rugged mountains of Luzon, the story of the Filipino fight for freedom unfolds. To truly understand this fight, we must journey back to the late 19th century, a time when the Philippines was under Spanish rule. It was during this period that two national heroes emerged, their names forever etched in the annals of Philippine history. José Rizal, a polymath and a patriot, used his pen to awaken the national consciousness. His novels, Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, exposed the injustices of the Spanish colonial government, sparking the flame of revolution. And then there was Andrés Bonifacio, a man of action and the father of the Philippine Revolution. Bonifacio, a humble warehouseman, rose to become the supremo of the Katipunan, a secret society that aimed to overthrow Spanish rule. His fiery passion and fearless leadership inspired thousands to join the cause, marking the beginning of the Philippine Revolution in 1896. This revolutionary spirit did not falter in the face of adversity. Despite the execution of Rizal and the death of Bonifacio, the flame of rebellion continued to burn. Filipinos, fueled by the desire for freedom, fought valiantly against the Spanish forces. Their courage and determination culminated in the Declaration of Independence on June 12, 1898, a date that is now celebrated as Independence Day. Yet the fight for freedom was far from over. No sooner had the Spanish rule ended than a new colonial power arrived. The United States, under the guise of benevolent assimilation, imposed its rule on the islands. The ensuing Philippine-American War saw the resilience of the Filipino people tested once again. Despite facing a well-equipped and technologically superior enemy, the Filipinos fought with unwavering resolve, their spirit of resistance undiminished. The storm of World War II brought yet another foreign power to Philippine shores. The Japanese occupation, marked by severe hardship and atrocities, only further galvanized the Filipino spirit. Guerrilla groups sprang up across the islands, their unyielding resistance instrumental in the eventual liberation of the Philippines. Through each chapter of this tumultuous history, the resilience and spirit of the Filipino people shone through. Their unwavering desire for freedom, their courage in the face of overwhelming odds, and their indomitable spirit are a testament to their character. The struggles and triumphs against Spanish, American, and Japanese rule are a testament to the indomitable spirit of the Filipino people. The Philippines is not just a nation of historical richness, but also one of the world's biodiversity hotspots. Each of its over 7,600 islands tells a different tale, a unique blend of life and landscapes that make this archipelago a paradise for biodiversity. Stretching from the northernmost tip of Luzon to the southern end of Mindanao, the Philippines boasts an array of ecosystems, each harboring a unique collection of flora and fauna. The country's tropical rainforests, grasslands, and mangroves play host to a vast array of species, many of which cannot be found anywhere else in the world. Now, let's take a flight of fancy and delve into the heart of the Philippines' biodiversity. Picture the chocolate hills of Bohol, a geological marvel that transforms from lush green to chocolate brown with the changing seasons. This natural spectacle is a testament to the country's diverse landscapes, but it's more than just a feast for the eyes. It's also home to a myriad of species, including the Philippine tarsier, one of the world's smallest primates, and a symbol of the country's unique wildlife. Venture further, and you'll find the Tubataha Reefs, a marine sanctuary teeming with life beneath the waves. This underwater paradise is a biodiversity hotspot, housing hundreds of species of fish, coral, and marine mammals. It is a testament to the Philippines' marine richness, an underwater treasure that is as beautiful as it is crucial for the planet's health. But the crowning jewel of the Philippines' biodiversity has to be its endemic species. Take the majestic Philippine eagle, known locally as the herring ibon or kingbird. With a wingspan that can reach over 2 meters, it's one of the largest and most powerful birds of prey globally. This magnificent creature is endemic to the Philippines, meaning it can't be found in the wild anywhere else in the world. The same is true for the Philippine tamaraw, a dwarf buffalo that roams the grassy plains of Mindoro. This stout and sturdy creature is a symbol of strength and resilience, much like the country it calls home. Yet these unique creatures and the habitats they rely on are under threat. Deforestation, pollution, and climate change pose significant challenges to the Philippines' biodiversity. The loss of these species and their habitats could have devastating impacts, not just for the Philippines, but for the world as a whole. After all, biodiversity is key to the health of our planet. It helps regulate climate, purify air and water, and is a source of food and medicine. This is why conservation efforts are so crucial. Across the country, individuals and organizations are stepping up to protect the Philippines' biodiversity. From reforestation projects to sustainable tourism initiatives, these efforts aim to preserve the rich tapestry of life that makes the Philippines a biodiversity paradise. And it's not just about protecting wildlife. Conservation is also about safeguarding the livelihoods of local communities, many of whom depend on the country's natural resources. By protecting the environment, we're also preserving a way of life, ensuring that future generations can continue to thrive in this biodiversity paradise. The ecological significance of these islands underscores the urgent need for conservation efforts in the face of climate change and habitat destruction. The story of the Philippines is not just a tale of resilience and transformation, but also a testament to the power of nature and the importance of preserving it for future generations. As we journey through this remarkable country, let us remember that each species, each landscape holds a piece of the Philippines' unfolding story. Economically, the Philippines is a study in contrasts. This statement couldn't be more accurate. A country deeply rooted in agriculture, the Philippines is also making strides in the digital age, showcasing the resilience and adaptability of its economy and people. The Philippines' economy has traditionally been anchored by agriculture. Rice terraces cascading down the mountainsides like steps to the heavens are as much a part of the Filipino identity as the national flag. These terraces, along with vast coconut plantations and fields of sugarcane, provide the livelihood for millions of Filipinos. Agriculture is the lifeblood of many rural communities, an inheritance passed down from generation to generation. But agriculture isn't the only game in town. The Filipino economy has been steadily diversifying, adapting to the demands of the global market. The business process outsourcing, or BPO industry, has been a game changer. It's a sector that has grown exponentially over the last 2 decades, providing employment to millions and contributing significantly to the country's GDP. The Philippines has become a global BPO hub, offering services from customer support to software development and everything in between. In the shadows of these economic giants, a new player is emerging: the tech startups. These innovative businesses, driven by young, tech-savvy entrepreneurs, are reshaping the economic landscape. They're creating solutions to local problems, from traffic management to financial inclusion, and their impact is being felt far beyond the country's shores. The Filipino tech startup scene is vibrant, dynamic, and full of promise. Yet, while there's much to celebrate, the Philippines also faces significant economic challenges. Poverty remains a harsh reality for many Filipinos. Despite robust economic growth, the fruits of prosperity are not equally distributed. Many families, particularly in rural areas, struggle to make ends meet. Political corruption is another hurdle. It undermines public trust, hampers economic development, and perpetuates inequality. The Philippines has made progress in combating corruption, but there's much work to be done. But let's not despair. The Philippines has a history of overcoming adversity, and its economic story is no different. Despite these challenges, the country continues to show promising growth and resilience. The economy is diversifying, opportunities are expanding, and the spirit of entrepreneurship is thriving. The agricultural sector is innovating, adopting sustainable practices and exploring new markets. The BPO industry continues to evolve, moving up the value chain and offering more complex services. And tech startups are attracting international attention and investment, putting the Philippines on the global innovation map. The road ahead may be fraught with challenges, but the Filipino spirit is undeterred. The nation is harnessing its strengths, learning from its past, and boldly charting its economic future. The Philippines, with its contrasting economic landscape, is not just surviving, but thriving. Despite facing challenges, the Philippines continues to show promising growth and resilience. The islands of resilience are not just a testament to the country's natural beauty, but also a symbol of its economic tenacity. The story of the Philippines is a story of contrasts, challenges, and triumphs. And this story is far from over. At the core of Filipino society is bayanihan, a spirit of communal unity and cooperation. This is a term derived from the word bayan, which means town, nation, or community in Filipino. The bayanihan spirit is a unique cultural trait that represents the Filipino's strong sense of kinship and camaraderie. Imagine a scene where villagers come together to physically move a traditional bamboo house to a new location. This is the literal depiction of bayanihan, a practice from which the term originated. But over time, bayanihan has evolved to symbolize a deeper sense of community cooperation and mutual aid. It's about working together, helping one another, and achieving common goals as one community. Take, for example, the vibrant community festivals or fiestas that are held throughout the Philippines. These are not mere celebrations. They are a manifestation of bayanihan, where everyone contributes, whether it's in the preparation of food, the decoration of the streets, or the organization of events. Each member of the community has a role to play, and the success of the fiesta depends on their collective effort. But the Bayanihan spirit shines brightest in times of adversity. The Philippines, being a country prone to natural disasters, frequently faces challenges that test the resilience of its people. Typhoons, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, these are all too common occurrences. Yet each time, the Filipino spirit of Bayanihan rises to the occasion. Volunteer groups rush to the aid of those affected, providing relief goods, medical aid, and emotional support. People open their homes to strangers, share what little they have, and work together to rebuild their communities. This is Bayanihan in action, a collective effort to overcome hardship and restore normalcy. A powerful example of this was seen in the aftermath of Super Typhoon Haiyan, one of the strongest tropical cyclones ever recorded. Despite the widespread devastation, the Filipino spirit of Bayanihan was not defeated. Communities came together to rebuild homes, distribute food and water, and support each other emotionally. The disaster, while tragic, showcased the strength of the Filipino community spirit and their inherent resilience. But Bayanihan is not confined to physical efforts alone. It also extends to initiatives aimed at societal improvement. Bayanihan is evident in the numerous volunteer groups that work tirelessly to address issues such as poverty, education, and health. These groups often operate on the principles of shared responsibility and mutual cooperation, embodying the true essence of Bayanihan. In the end, Bayanihan is more than just a concept or a cultural trait. It is a way of life for Filipinos, an intrinsic part of their identity. It is a testament to their strong sense of community, their willingness to help each other, and their unwavering resilience in the face of adversity. Regardless of the challenges they face, Filipinos continue to embody the spirit of Bayanihan, driving their nation forward with unity and solidarity. So when you think of the Philippines, remember not just its beautiful islands or its rich history. Remember also its people, their spirit of Bayanihan, their resilience, and their unwavering sense of community. For it is this spirit that truly defines the Philippines, shaping its past, present, and future. Bayanihan reflects the Philippines' enduring sense of community and solidarity. As we look towards the future, we see a nation poised on the brink of change. The Philippines, a country steeped in history, is now carving out its path in the 21st century, driven by the same spirit of resilience and innovation that has defined its past. Education is a beacon of hope in this journey. The government, in partnership with private organizations, has launched numerous initiatives aimed at improving literacy rates and providing quality education to all. Schools in remote areas are being equipped with digital tools to bridge the gap between rural and urban education. Moreover, scholarship programs are paving the way for bright minds to access higher education, fostering a generation of leaders, creators, and thinkers. But the push for progress doesn't stop at education. Technological advancements are also playing a pivotal role in shaping the new face of the Philippines. In bustling cities, tech startups are sprouting, harnessing the power of technology to solve local problems and create opportunities. From agri-tech platforms supporting farmers to fintech companies democratizing access to financial services, these startups are driving economic growth and societal transformation. Even in the face of the ongoing digital revolution, the Filipino spirit of Bayanihan is alive and well. It's evident in the rise of social media campaigns rallying support for local businesses, in the digital platforms connecting overseas Filipino workers with their families back home, and in the online communities offering help in times of calamities. This marriage of technology and community spirit is a testament to the adaptability and unity of the Filipino people. Furthermore, the Philippines is making strides in the realm of renewable energy. Recognizing the threat of climate change and the country's vulnerability to its impacts, efforts are being made to transition from fossil fuels to renewable sources of energy. Solar and wind power projects are gaining momentum, offering sustainable solutions while creating jobs and boosting local economies. Yet the journey towards a sustainable future is not without its challenges. The country's rich biodiversity is under threat from deforestation, overfishing, and pollution. But here too, the Filipino spirit of resilience shines through. Grassroots movements and environmental organizations are spearheading conservation efforts, from marine sanctuary protection to reforestation projects. Young activists are raising their voices, advocating for policy changes and inspiring their peers to take action. In the realm of politics, a new generation of leaders is emerging, championing transparency, accountability, and inclusive growth. They are challenging the status quo, proving that leadership is not about power, but about service and integrity. As the Philippines navigates the complexities of the 21st century, it does so with a sense of hope and determination. The challenges are immense, but so is the will of the Filipino people. They carry with them the lessons from their past, the strength of their present, and the promise of their future. With resilience etched into their history and optimism for the future, the Philippines continues to unfold its remarkable story. As we witness this nation's journey, we are reminded of the power of resilience, the strength of community, and the beauty of a country constantly evolving, constantly growing. The Philippines, with its islands of resilience, invites us all to be part of its unfolding story, a narrative that continues to inspire, captivate, and teach us about the enduring spirit of humanity.